2021. Every year, this day is celebrated as World Oceans Day. Now, why we should celebrate this day? Why oceans? Because the ocean is the home to most of the Earth's biodiversity. We, as humans, must maintain the balance and build a connection that is inclusive, innovative, and useful for the ocean and the life inside it. This idea of World Oceans Day was first proposed in 1992 at the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, to celebrate the ocean and humans' connection to the sea. This is the second year of a fully virtual celebration of the United Nations World Oceans Day due to the coronavirus pandemic. The students of our Department of Zoology will try to share their knowledge or thoughts throughout the various presentations and paintings explaining the significance of this day. But before our students start their presentations, on behalf of the Department of Zoology, I request our respected principal, Madam Dr. Shoma Bandyopadhyay, to share her valuable thoughts with us. Madam, please.
Good evening, everybody, my dear students, my dear colleagues. This is really a very good effort from Department of Zoology to celebrate World Oceans Day. From childhood memory, we can recollect that we always study that 3/4 of the total globe is actually water and 1/4 is actually land. So the water resource and mainly the ocean resource is the most important, and biodiversity is maximum. It has got maximum variation and differences of biodiversities we can find in ocean. And as we all know that today ocean is also being disturbed for our different kind of activities. We want to modernize our civilization, and we are creating pressure on ocean. So it is really high time to discuss how to protect our nature as well as how to protect our ocean. And from that kind of thinking, I think observation or celebration of this kind of days are now we are thinking about. But actually days are not sufficient. We will have to think regularly for this kind of effort. And if we really want to save our nature, we will have to make it a practice that we think regularly for the nature, we dedicate ourselves for the nature. Again, I would like to congratulate my beloved students who have given a lot of time, dedicatedly they have done some presentations which we will enjoy today. I'm sure that the total program will be a grand success. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Madam, for your inspiring words. Now I request Dr. Mohua Guho, Assistant Professor of Department of Zoology, to conduct the program. Our IQAC coordinator, sir, has not joined yet. He is busy with taking some classes. He will join soon.
No, madam, I am here.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, sir. Then I request you
No
to.
problem, no problem, no question of requesting me. I am only mentioning that I am here listening to you all. That's very
Okay.
nice of you. No problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Mohadi, please. You can start.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Shorkar. On the critical thread-bearing juncture where mankind is standing today, on the threshold of a new world where nature has started taking its revenge, it is high time to observe the World Oceans Day, since awareness among the young generation is the need of the hour. I would like to call upon the virtual platform Onunna Rai from semester 6 to lead us for a journey through the underwater world in the present scenario. Onunna, please.
is World Oceans Day. Canada first proposed the concept for World Ocean Day in 1992 at the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro. Then, in 2004, the Ocean Project and World Ocean Network launched a 4 year petition to the United Nations to officially recognize each zone as World Oceans Day. 4 years later, in December 2008, United Nations officially recognized eight zones as World Oceans Day. Oceans cover 71% of the Earth's surface and hold 97% of the planet's water. They help feed the world and provide most of the oxygen. Oceans also play in regulating the weather and climate. Water evaporating from the oceans falls inland as rain, which we can use as drinking water and for growing crops. The sea biodiversity of plants and animals is huge. Ocean is a home for a huge plant vegetation, including algae, grasses, mangroves, and to a lesser extent fungi. The most common form of marine vegetation found in the sea is algae, which populate the pelagic zone to the lowest point of light elevation. Deep forests are the anchor of nearshore ocean wildlife communities across the US, West Coast, and Northeast, sustaining marine biodiversity by providing shelter, habitat, even food for an array of invertebrates and fish. Scientists have estimated that 3.5 trillions of fish, marine mammals, and invertebrates live in the ocean. Blue whales are the largest animals. The biggest non-mammal fish in the ocean is the whale shark, that is, Rhinopodon typhus. But due to centuries of overfishing and pollution, many ocean animals are endangered or on the verge of extinction. For example, racketeers, blue whales, stellar sea lions, and hawksbill sea turtles. The Arctic is a region like no other in the world, and it is warming twice as fast. Decrease in the volume and extent of Arctic sea ice has serious implications for marine mammals that depend on the ice for their survival, such as ring seals, polar bears, walrus, Arctic fox, etc. Sea levels worldwide are rising as warming temperature melts ice sheets and glaciers and expand the ocean water. The damage of the Great Barrier Reef is a result of ocean warming and acidification, which has resulted in coral bleaching. With the extinction of 90% of big fish populations and 50% of coral reefs destroyed, we are exploiting the ocean more than it can be destroyed. Day by day, the oceans are facing unprecedented pressures from factors ranging from pollution to climate change. Threats to ocean include overfishing, invasive species, and rising ocean acidity due to extensive use of fossil fuels. We all have heard about the threat to ocean from plastic bags and waste. For too long, humans have been exploiting and destroying the planet's ecosystem. Ecosystem loss is depriving the world of carbon sinks like forests and wetlands at a time when humanity can least afford it. Now, as global citizens, it's our duty to protect the oceans as well as our entire ecosystem. The real cure for environmental problems is to understand that our job is to salvage the mother nature. So, to save the ocean, save the ecosystem, save Earth. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ananya. Next, I would like to call upon Tiasha Patro and Sajida Khatun of Semester 2 to elucidate marine ecosystem restoration using the virtual platform.
Good evening to all my respected teachers, seniors, and my friends. Myself, Tiyasha Patro, a student of Geology Honours second semester of Narasingha Datta College. I am glad by participating in the World Ocean Day celebration. Today, my topic is marine ecosystem restoration. Basically, marine ecosystem is one of the largest ecosystems on Earth with aquatic environment and dissolved salt, including biotic factors like plants, animals, and microbes, and abiotic factors like sunlight, oxygen, and nutrients. Depending upon the amount of sunlight, it has three zones. Up to 600 feet down is euphotic zone, 600 to 3000 feet down is dysphotic zone, and below 3000 feet down is aphotic zone. As over 70% of Earth is covered in water and 97% of that is salt water, that is marine water. That's why there are many types of ecosystem such as abyssal plain, Antarctic, Arctic, coral reef, deep sea, hydrothermal vent, kelp forest, mangrove, open sea, rocky shore, sandy shore, and last but not the least, salt marsh and mud flat. Each of these ecosystems have their own habitat and unique characters. This large ecosystem has many benefits or importance, such as a large biodiversity with unique marine species, financial source as marine fisheries and tourism place, transportation, food manufacturing, photosynthesis, distribution of energy, etc. I am done here. Now my friend Sajida will explain further.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sajida Khatun, a second semester student of Geology Department of Narasingha Datta College. My friend Tiasha has already told us about the benefits of marine ecosystem. But in spite of all benefits, human activities affect marine life, though overfishing, habitat loss, ocean pollution, acidification, and warming, etc. These are the cause of the shifting of baseline, damage of biodiversity, increase of water level, biochemical change, change of sea ice, and discontinuation of water flow in estuary, etc. Restoration of marine ecosystem. For the sake of marine biodiversity as well as human being, it is necessary to restore for marine life. Some ways are reduce energy consumption and make safe seafood choice, less use of plastic and stop purchasing items based on marine. Few projects are also held to protect it, such as the project on coastal mangrove or coral reef. Latest research says that approximately 70% people are concerned about the bad impact on the marine life. So we hope though this progress we can make our marine ecosystem act as it was before. Here I finished my presentation. Thank you to all for your patient hearing. Myself, Sajida, and my friend Tiasha both would express our sincere gratitude to respect Principal Madam Dr. Shoma Bandyopadhyay for allowing us to present our poster, and a special thank to all the teachers of Geology Department for helping and encouraging us. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiasha and Sajida, for your informative lecture. Next, I would like to call upon Nishat Rashid from Semester 2 to take over the microphone and deliver her lecture. We have a solution, stop pollution.
A very good afternoon to all my respected and honorable teachers and my dear friends. Myself Nishat Rashid from second semester Zoology Honors. Our natural environment makes human life possible. It's the one thing that all of us share. Ocean, forest, mountains, rivers, and many other things which we have are nature's gift. Forest and ocean are the most important component of environment. They provide clean air, source of food, construction materials, medicine, and much more. Ocean cover more than two-thirds of the Earth's surface and contain 97% of the planet's water. They are primary regulator of the global climate and absorb 50 times more carbon dioxide than our atmosphere. But natural disaster affects our environment by wildfire, floods, tornadoes, and nowadays cyclone has become very frequent. Climate scientists says that the reason behind this is that the warmer ocean and marine heat waves result from climate change. Oceans have absorbed 90% of excess heat from greenhouse gas emission since 1970. More moisture in the atmosphere and thus increasing several cyclones like Amphan, Yas, and etc. Coastal areas are more vulnerable to cyclone because they are situated close to the sea and surface temperature and humidity are directly related to the formation of cyclones. Cyclones are more frequent and more intense in the Bay of Bengal than in the Arabian Sea. The reason behind this is that the shape of the land around the Bay of Bengal and the winds are slower and weaker over the ocean. So that's why we see more cyclone in Bay of Bengal than in the Arabian Sea. Human activities also affect environment's beauty. In fact, they play major role by deforestation, overfishing, dumping plastic waste, draining harmful pollutants such as agricultural and industrial waste, chemical oil, and etc. Due to this, we are suffering from climate change, desertification, soil erosion, global warming. It affects aquatic life and our health too. And we are responsible for all these. Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but when need becomes greed, nothing will satisfy. But still, it's not too late. If we want to save the environment, we all have to work together. There are lots of ways to stop it, like reforestation, stop draining industrial waste into the oceans and river. Pollution control laws should be imposed strictly because it's not your, not mine, it's our. So protect our mother who nourished us. It's the time to return all the favor by showing a responsible attitude towards the environment and keep a close control over pollution so that we can maintain an environment in an acceptable condition for further generation. I wrap up my speech with a special thanks to our respected and honorable principal Madam Dr. Soma Bandyopadhyay for giving us such a wonderful opportunity to express ourselves. And I would also like to thank our HOD Dr. Shampa Sarkar and all my professors for their help and support. Thank you.
Thank you, Nishat, for your crisp to the point presentation. Our students of semester 2 and 4 have prepared some posters using their pencils, crayons, and brushes, for which they deserve a pat on their back through this virtual platform. Their posters will be displayed to you now. I will hand over the microphone to Professor Shashwati Biswas for the same.
Thank you, Mohuadi. Is the screen visible?
Yes.
Very good evening to all of you. Today, on the occasion of World Oceans Day, our students of zoology have prepared some posters to express their love and care for oceans. This is our first poster. It has been drawn by Devoshmita Mondol, semester 4. Through this poster, she wants to draw our attention to prevent marine pollution for saving the ocean life. This second poster is also done by Devoshmita that is giving a message to us that if we take a little spark to change our misdeed, we can have a healthy ocean, a healthy world. Now, this is our third poster, and it is drawn by Nilanjana Bhaumik, student of semester 4. This poster is expressing that the real fact that if the water is clean and pure, it gives the life a healthy growth. As we all know that water is life, so human, be careful. Save water and save your own life. This poster is also drawn by Nilanjana Bhaumik. Now, this poster is drawn by Ayan Banerjee, student of semester 2. This poster is representing the extensive nature of the ocean. The blue vast ocean expresses its calmness, depth, and the power, along with the beauty of marine life. Now, last but not the least, this poster is prepared by Anubhav De, students of semester 2. Through this poster, he wants to express that all the things in the nature are connected with each other. We have to make our earth habitable for all. So live and let live. Here are the participating students: Devoshmita Mondol, Nilanjana Bhaumik, Ayan Banerjee, Anubhav De. Thank you all. Over to you, Mohuadi.
Thank you, Professor Shashwati Vishwas. Our next group of students who will be talking about marine pollution are Ronit Roy and Shatabdi Sarkar from SEM 2. Ronit and Shatabdi.
Good evening, everyone present here. Myself, Ronit Roy, a SEM2 student of Zoology Department, on this auspicious occasion of Ocean Day celebration, want to present before you a poster on marine pollution. Marine pollution is a combination of chemicals and trash, most of which comes from the land sources and are washed into the oceans, which adversely affect the health of aquatic organisms, damaging the environment and posing threats to economic structures. First topic says, oil spills has always been an important cause of marine pollution. Big cargo ships, recreation vehicles, leakage which adversely affect the health of seas or oceans. Recent news of 2020, an oil tanker named MV Wakashio carrying 4,000 metric tons of oil ran aground near Mauritius Island, and the oil said to have leaked from the cargo ship. Next topic says, harmful toxic nutrients often washed away by heavy rains, storms from the coast to the oceans causes algal bloom, which hinders the large ships from transport, even dangerous for aquatic lives. Below given a diagram of a satellite named SeaWives, invented by NASA to imagify the algal bloom all around the world. Next topic says, mineral, heavy metal, or nutrient contamination forms another major source of marine pollution. A recent news of a ship named MV Express Pearl sunk near Colombo port of Sri Lanka led to the leakage of nanoparticles and 25 tons of nitric acid. Methyl mercury contamination is another major cause for affecting the ocean health because it affects CNS, PNS, digestive system, kidney, lungs, and other vital organs of human beings. Next topic is about global warming, which has made the sea level to rise by 3 feet than normal, is a major global concern. Recently, a news of the world's biggest iceberg named A76 breaks off from Antarctica ice chunk. Next topic is microparticles are said to be fatal for aquatic animals as they choke the digestive tracts, reproductive efficiency become lessen up, and also indirectly affects humans when they consume these aquatic animals. I conclude the poster with some advices like to reduce the effect of climate change on the oceans, we can use renewable sources of energy and reduce the consumption of carbon. We should also reduce shopping or dining of overexploited species on our dining table and let the marine ecosystem survive. We must even use fewer plastic producers and plastic debris contribute to the habitat destructions. We must even participate in the local beach cleanups and avoid diving, surfing, or relaxing near the sensitive ecosystems or coral reefs. We all know all life on the earth is connected to the oceans and its inhabitants. So only a joint venture done by both at governmental and public level can better solve the problem. Finally, I express my sincere gratitude to respected principal Dr. Shoma Bandopadhyay, our HOD ma'am Dr. Shampa Sarkar, and all other departmental professors. Thank you.
Thank you, Ronit and Shatabdi, for your picturesque presentation. Next, we have with us Nilabho Paul from Semester 6, who will deliver a lecture on Save Nature, Think Blue and Go Green. Nilabho, please.
Good evening, respected teachers, principal, madams, and all my dear friends and juniors. First of all, I am thankful to all of you for giving me this opportunity. Today, I will present a poster on the importance of celebrating World Ocean Day. I have also mentioned the causes and what we are losing day by day with the declining environmental condition. So, without wasting much time, let's move on to my poster. I have shown 4 causes. First one is the pollution. Pollution means introductions of unwanted material into the environment done by human activities. It damages the quality of air, water, and land. Now, air pollution. Air pollution has an adverse effect on the land and water. It releases harmful gases into the atmosphere like SO2, NO, CFC, and halogens, which causes ozone depletions and acid rain. The main constituent of ozone depletion is chlorofluorocarbons or CFC, released from aerosol sprays and refrigerant, causes skin cancer on human and reduces agricultural productivity. Acid rain is caused when SO2 and NO rises very high up into the atmosphere and mix up with water and oxygen and other chemicals to transform into more acidic pollutant called acid rain. It damages soils, buildings, statues, and water quality. It brings toxic chemicals through waterways, which leads to ocean. It releases aluminium from soil, which causes aluminium clogs on the gills of fish and also affect their nutrient calcium present in their body, causing life-threatening deformities in their youngs. Now, marine pollution. Water nowadays regarded as global garbage can. It becomes polluted and contaminated through various sources and forms. Some sources are inflow of chemicals, solid waste, discharge of radioactive chemicals, oil spills, and man-made sedimentations and plastics. Plastic waste entering the sea is increasing every year. In 2020, a study found that Atlantic Ocean contained 10 times more plastic than was previously thought. It causes injuries to marine animals, seabirds, and fish through entanglement, ingestions, or damage to their habitat. Plastic waste that is being delivered to ocean is toxic to marine life and humans through food chain. This toxin causes an increase in cancer, immune disorders, and birth defect. A dead whale washed up in Philippines contains 40 kg of plastic waste in his stomach. Optic fiber cables, which lies in the benthic zone of ocean bed, also changes the species diversity or abundance slightly in seawater. The major cause brings the oxygen level down in seawater this causes oxygen depletion. We know that where oxygen depletion occurs, that area turns into a dead zone where no marine life can form. Second one is the overpopulation. It is the root of all the environmental issues, but here a question arises, how overpopulation causes exploitation of environment. If we observe it very carefully, we notice that increase in human population means more modernization. More modernization means large number of factories and industries which dump large quantity of waste into streams, rivers, and land. This causes exploitation of environment. It also affects marine ecosystem like overfishing. Our seas have been considered a limitless bounty of food for countries. Unsustainable fishing practices and increasing demand for fish are pushing many species to the brink of collapse, like bluefin tuna. The graph shows here the growth of human population. If we can't bring down the graph to use it, then humans will be harmful to humanity. Third one is the global warming. It turns into a serious problem and causes drastic changes into the environment. It causes rise in temperature. The graphs here represent the temperature rises years after years. It occurs due to high amount of greenhouse gases present into the atmosphere, like SO2, N2O, methane, and fluorinated gases. It causes drought, melting of ice caps, and accelerates the rise of water levels. Melting of ice caps also poses great threats on polar animals. As the Arctic is warming day by day, ice melts on which polar bear depends. Loss of ice threatens their main prey, seal, and pushing them to starve. They lose their original habitat for us. The polar bear in the picture depicts this scenario. Seals also affected due to melting of ice cap as they need ice as protection from predators and as a food source. Ring seals breeding is dependent on the availability of sufficient ice. Subarctic animals also died due to change in temperatures as they don't have blubber for protection. Climate change exposing sea turtles to even greater threats. Sea level rise and stronger storms will destroy their beach habitats. It also affects their natural gender ratio. Warmer the sand, more female turtles are born. A small rise in water levels have devastating effects on coastal habitats, destructive erosions, contamination with salt, and lost habitat for fish, birds, and plants. Also, every 1 degree rise in temperature causes 3% mammal extinction. Lastly, wildlife crime. Illegal wildlife trade unsustainably harming the population of wild animals, aquatic species, and plants, pushing them towards the endangered species. It also negatively impacts the country's natural resources and local communities. One common example is poaching, taking wild resources through illegal ways. Many mistaken beliefs are also responsible for it. Every day, 2 to 3 rhinos are killed for their horn. They believe that it can treat cancer and arthritis. In Western countries, it is used as an aphrodisiac and sexual stimulant. But this is not true, as the horns are made up of same thing which our nails are made of. Whales also faces this crime. Poachers find them very easily whenever whales comes to surface for breathing. Their blowhole pumped out water which can be seen from far. Their meat and burglars changes into type of oil which are essential for industrial revolution. Moreover, their meat are also served as a traditional dish. Shark fins are also used for same purpose. Coral reefs, which is the breeding ground for many marine species, also destroyed by bombarding for aquarium market, building materials, etc. Keystone species are also found under this wildlife crime. That's why we need to stop this. Otherwise, if keystone species are removed, then a stable ecosystem will collapse and turns into a new direction. The chart here represents the ratio of targeted species which are poached. To stop this impact of human actions on the ocean, World Ocean Day is celebrated. It was first proposed in 1972 at Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And it was first celebrated in 2008 on June 8 annually with the theme Helping Our Climate, Helping Our Ocean by the United Nations to inform and educate the people to protect oceans. This year, it aimed to shed light on the wonders of the ocean and how it is our life source and supporting humanity. and every other organism for Earth with the theme, the ocean, life and livelihoods. To stop 3D means destruction, degradations, and depletions, 3R rules will be very effective in solving these issues. It will be applicable to any ecosystem. At last, I want to say, in the world of technological development, our small positive step will really help in solving the environmental issues in near future. Healthy environment, healthy future. Thank you.
Thank you, Nilavo, for your panoramic presentation. I would like to request our head of the department, Dr. Shampa Sarkar, to come forward and extend her sincere vote of thanks with utmost gratitude.
Thank you, Dr. Guho and Mrs. Bishash, for your nice cooperation. Thank you, my dear students, and all the faculty members of our zoology family for giving this much of efforts. I express my sincere gratitude to our principal madam for her continuous support and encouragement to arrange such programs and provide the platform for our students. I'm thankful to our IQSC coordinator sir for his constant inspiration. I'm thankful to all the faculty members and students who are present in this program in spite of their busy schedules. And last but not the least, I'm grateful to our technical team. Without their help, this program could not be completed today smoothly. Thank you all. Can you leave, ma'am?
Coordinator sir will say something, I think.
Okay, sir, please.
No, I have nothing much to add to what has been said today. In a very short span of time, the department, the teachers, and the students all working together, they have put up a wonderful show. Yes, we are thinking about the oceans and the whole of the planet, so to say. We have done a lot of bad things over the centuries, might be, and this is now time for a clear confession and some work of redemption, if possible, to that extent. I thank you very much. Zoology department has done a wonderful job. I thank all the teachers, HOD, students, and of course, Principal Madam at the back of all these efforts. Thank you all. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your patient hearing. And I think now we are at the end of the session. And now I declare the session is closed. Thank you all.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.